One night on the Western Valley Railway, all the engines were at the sheds after a long day's work. Taffy was telling them about something she had heard. Haven't I told you guys about something strange going on before? No, Taffy, you haven't told us. What is it? It's true. I heard it myself. Heard what, Taffy? I heard there were ghosts in a tunnel over on the main line. Ghosts? In a tunnel? You mean like a haunted tunnel? I don't believe it! Well, I was approaching the tunnel yesterday, and I heard a scary noise. It sounded like a ghost howling from inside, and it goes, "Ooh." I'm sure it's just the wind blowing inside the tunnel. Besides, there are no such things as ghosts. But I've never heard of the Halloween wind making a ghostly sound before. I was afraid it would do something to hunt us down if we dare go back into the tunnel again. I'm sure there might be ghosts in there. I'm sure it was nothing. At least I'm not scared of anything. Are you sure? I can only hear one time about an engine who got spooked in the smelter's yard and ran off panicking. Kyle snorted and went to sleep in the sheds. The next morning, all the engines set off to work one by one. Even though Taffy was still worried about the ghosts in the tunnel, they were not sure what to believe. Kyle was shunting in the yards. Taffy and Sandy are scared of anything. First the steepy hill, then the graveyard, and now the haunted tunnel. Whatever have they believed something that made them afraid next? Those two are silly engines anyway. Then, Kyle had an idea. A very naughty idea. If the engines believe what Taffy told them about ghosts in the tunnel, I think I know how I can have some fun with this. Later that day, Layla was taking a passenger train along the main line when she came to the tunnel. Because she had believed Taffy's story about ghosts living in a haunted tunnel, even though it's only silly make-believe, she wasn't sure if she should go through it. Then, as she went through it, she heard a strange howling sound. Oh my goodness! It's a ghost! It's in the haunted tunnel! She was so scared that she raced out of the tunnel and went straight back to the sheds. But Layla didn't know that the only sound is made up by Kyle, who chuckled quietly to himself. Next, Taffy went through the tunnel. Ooh! Ah! It's a ghost again! I'm out of here! She was so frightened by this and huffed away quickly. Finally, Sandy saw the tunnel. There's no such things as ghosts. I hope it doesn't come after me like the ones I've heard before. Woo! But just as she left the tunnel, she heard a ghostly sound and bolted away. But what neither engine realized is that Kyle had done it to play a trick on them. Kyle, who kept it as a secret, hurried back to the sheds as fast as he could. When the other engines were back, they were all talking about the ghosts. I heard it! I heard it too, and it was scary! Scarier than I've heard it before! Have you heard it too, Taffy? Yes, I have. Even I'm just as scared as you guys are. I told you there are ghosts in that tunnel. Oh no! Now the ghosts are bound to come after us. And what's worse, they'll hunt us down. I don't want to die. Just then, Kyle puffed in. He saw the expressions of their faces and laughed. What's funny about us being scared, Kyle? Did you hear a sound from the tunnel too? You three are scaredy cats. There was no ghost. I was making ghost noises to make you believe there is one of them scaring you away. I've got you good. Well, that was a very mean trick to play, Kyle. I'm going to tell Miss Edwards about this. But just as Taffy was about to leave, Digby arrived. Hello, everyone. Sorry to interrupt, but I heard it. I heard a ghostly noise, so I came straight to tell you. Wait a minute. How could Digby be here if Kyle was here? Then, who could a ghost be? That's what I was going to tell you about what I've heard. You see, when I passed through the tunnel earlier, I heard a strange sound as soon as I came in. It sounds like a howling hoot. I was scared at first, but then, as I came out the other side, I saw it was just an owl. So, there are no ghosts in a tunnel? Of course not. The owl was only hooting because it was sitting on a tree above the tunnel. So, that's why we were scared of an old owl. I feel foolish. Me too. I didn't know it was an owl until now. Although we all know that Kyle only makes that hooting sounds to scare us away. I'm sorry, everyone. I thought it was only a bit of fun. I didn't mean to scare you away with me making scary sounds, but I did too. I should have known better than to tease you about being scared. Apology accepted. The engines were feeling very relieved to know that there were no ghosts haunting the tunnel. And Kyle also knew not to play tricks on every Halloween again.